Where else are we going here, guys? Where else are we going? Mason Marchment had a 6-point night. You see that?
Leafs legend Mason Marchment.
So, first off, who is he traded for, Alex?
Dennis Malgin.
Dennis Malgin. Where is he?
Switzerland.
Okay.
But don't worry, he comes back, because I remember in the NHL games, he comes back and then he develops into like a solid 84. So
that is very true.
Yeah.
So looking at Mason Marchment, it's cool. A great night. It's becoming really, really commonplace that the Panthers are scoring 8 goals a game, eh?
It is.
Yeah.
They're demolishing teams. Like, it's hilarious.
If they play Colorado in the finals, I think that's the odds-on favorite right now, because they are listen, we'll see what happens in the playoffs, because I think if you're doing a betting line, I still think Tampa would probably be, because they have the experience, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I still have questions about Florida's goaltending, because Bobrovsky's not good in the playoffs and Spencer Knight's not having a great year. The Panthers, though, they're such a fascinating team, because I was watching a Hockey Guy video, great channel, by the way, talking about how the Panthers acquired each player on their team. And what they've quietly done is they've looked at the market inefficiency thing. Like Verhaeghe's a great example. Gustav Forsling's another great one too. I'm telling you, they're going to get Ben Sherratt. I'm telling you right now. And just obviously, and they had they're a really good case of building a team, because Ekblad, as we know, Huberdeau and Barkov they were from rough years there. They took advantage of the draft, and they went from there. Bobrovsky's contract isn't great, but you go out, you get your goaltender. You have to pay a little more, but if you're getting quality goaltending, then it can cover up a lot of the stuff in the regular season. And it's just up and down their lineup. It's a really, really, Patrick Hornquist was another low-key good acquisition for them. And they took advantage of Pittsburgh not wanting to give, I think it was a short-term money thing they were trying to clear out. And they've got a Uyghur holding on to him.
7th round pick.
Rumors. Yeah, that's another great one. It's just, the Panthers are such a quiet, good team.
They've done, the Panthers over the last 2 years under Bill Zito have made these what look like small changes, but when you put it all together under a system that they're currently playing, it seems to work so well. They've gotten the most, I think, out of Anthony Duclair than anyone had before. Carter Verhaeghe has taken multiple steps. Who am I missing?
Sam Bennett.
Sam Bennett. And we've seen, look at what they brought in Sam Reinhart this summer too. They've just made move after move, where some of them now they're starting to make bigger ones, but the ones that really put the team together, the smaller moves, have really worked out for them.
Yeah, for me, what I think when I look at these trades are, you're bringing in these guys that maybe they've been miscast on their former teams. They really didn't get the ice time and they didn't really get the opportunities. And then suddenly in Florida, it's let's try this. Let's try to give these guys more of a role here. And it's just worked out. Mentioned all those guys, Carter Verhaeghe was just a 4th line guy on that cup winning team for Tampa. And then suddenly he gets hot and stays in the top 6. Or Anthony Duclair, he's finally settled in, after he left Ottawa. Honestly, I just thought Florida was just going to be another team where let's just get him as a depth player, but he's really settled down and played his game a lot better. And then other ones too that are not even on the team right now, like Alex Wenberg was able to reinvent himself after Columbus bought him out, and they got the most out of him for that one show me year.
And Seattle overpaid him. I'm not moving off of that, by the way. A note about Sam Bennett, by the way, his career high in goals was 18 in Calgary, right? I think it was his, it's still technically a rookie year for him because the previous season he only played one. That was his career high at the time of points, 36, 18 goals. This year in 37 games, he's up to 30 points so far, 21 goals. So he's already hit a new career high. And who knows, this was a story. How does the rest of that series against Tampa go without Sam Bennett? Obviously, I remember in one of those games, I think he took a late game penalty, maybe in game 1 or 2. That sort of I think Braden Point had converted on that power play. And then, how different do the rest of the playoffs look? afterwards, right? I mean, they wouldn't have beaten Montreal, Florida, but
So if it's 1990, if it's the finals right now, Florida and Colorado, is this 1996 all over again, where
what
the
does
Panthers
that
actually have a
mean?
fun? So that was when the Avalanche won their first cup
Oh,
after they
okay.
got Patrick Waugh, and the
Great.
Panthers, like, they were basically a team, like, they were just lucky to be there, and they got swept easily. But do they actually have a chance this time?
You know what's funny is they're a really funny team. They've got some great defense. They're both extremely deep. Getting career years from two really important players, Kadri and Huberdeau, especially. Huberdeau's, we know what's Huberdeau is. Kadri's a bit. I don't see Kadri having another 100-point season, but goaltending for either team is just, it's going to be the highest scoring finals you'd ever see.